Hey, Missy.
Hey, Jess.
How are you?
I'm doing great. How are you doing today?
Good. Grouchy, actually. I was going to say good, but it's a lie. I'm so grouchy.
Is it because you have a sick kid home?
Yes, it is. It throws off my mojo in like
Everything.
the worst way.
Mojo.
I am mojo free. I feel like, but it's not even that. I love him like nobody's business, but between him being sick last week and then us being sick and then him being sick again, it's like I've had a cat in my pocket for a week. That's how it feels.
You just keep passing it around. Like you guys have to shake it, open up some windows, air it
No,
out.
I just mean the constant like wiggling in my, like he's constantly wiggling, putting his feet in my face, asking me questions, crying, like needing milk. And we have to explain to him 50 times a day why he can't have milk with a fever because it's going to curdle and make him puke. And guess what? He pukes anyway.
That's gross.
I know. So it's just terrible. Like he's just throwing off I haven't worked in 4 days. People are pissed off. I'm late recording for you. I'm late doing everything. I've canceled so many calls. Just, it's exhausting and it makes me so grouchy. And then like I see stuff on Facebook that makes me grouchy. I don't even remember what it is right now that made me so grouchy last night. I couldn't even see straight. I was just angrily grouchy for no good reason at all. I wish I could remember what it was now. Oh, I do remember what it was. I remember exactly what it was. I have a client, Elsie and I both have a client that has paid us both plenty of money to try and help her get more followers on her podcast. And then this has been months and months and months and months ago. And then what does she post in the group yesterday? I feel like I don't know what I'm doing this for. No one's listening.
Oh, that's who it is? Yeah, I saw that
I was like,
podcast.
Mother fuck you. Why are you doing this to me? It makes me so angry. And it's not fair. I mean, like, but it just makes me angry because like, why do you ask questions you know the answers to? How can you complain when you have to?
I think she's crowdsourcing love there. I don't think she's complaining
Probably
as much as
not.
she
You're
wants
right.
someone to say, stick with it. It's totally worth it. You're doing the right thing. Like people do that with their friends. I just find it a little bit sadder that they do it in a mass community like that. That's what friendship is for.
Come on. It's not even, that's fine. Crowdsource love, but she knows those women are going to be like, let me help solve this problem for you. Did you ask Jessica? Did you ask Elsie? What about Jess's course? What about Elsie's course? And then I'm just like, bitches, please. She has had our courses. She has paid us both one-on-one, almost $1,000 total for this information. She's in Elsie's group coaching.
Is she just not doing?
Correct.
Okay. So can you reply on that post and say, have you tried the 11 techniques I gave you?
I did.
Smarty pants?
I did. But it still is, it's infuriating.
Well, it's like having children. They do the same thing. How come this is still happening? Did you try the 3 things I told you to do to prevent it?
Yeah.
No. Then guess what? You're not going to feel that success. This past week, I have talked to you, and I know that Isaac has been sick, and then you weren't feeling well. And Isaac brings himself through coughing or whatever to throw up. And I realized we were doing a lot of talking about kids who vomit. And I thought, there was a whole Seinfeld episode about vomiting, about the last time. Yeah, it was about the last time. It was the black and white.
When's the last time you vomited?
Yeah, when is the last? Well, you were just sick. So
last week.
But,
and I thought I was going to throw up a boot.
Do you vomit easily?
No, I never vomit.
Okay, so before this sickness, when was the last time you threw up?
I don't even know.
Jerry had said it was like the 3rd grade. It was like, so he remembers clearly.
No, it wasn't the 3rd grade. I had probably, I think before this last time, probably I was pregnant with Isaac.
Okay, so it was Isaac and
3 years ago
too.
Actually, yes.
It's always been you.
It's always been him. Yeah, it was, the clearest one that I can remember was accidentally overflowing the toilet because I used too much toilet paper and then vomiting trying to fix it. And then I had to run into the sink and then I called because Scott and Emily were in Philly. I forget what they were doing. They were having like dim sum together or something and Nate was home and I called Scott crying. I'm crying. And he's like, what's the matter? And I'm like, I got sick. I can't clean the toilet. I don't know what to do. And Nate was just like, he took the phone out of my hand. He was like, I got this, Scott. No big deal. Hangs up the phone, cleans up the entire thing, gets me a drink. He was so sweet.
What a prince.
He really is. He is such a prince.
I don't remember the last time I threw up.
At all?
No.
Really?
Yeah. I can't remember. Please, I have my share of I don't feel well distress, but it's not vomiting. It's not.
Not for me either. It's very rarely vomiting. But it does happen.
I like being that person, though. And that's, I think, what the Seinfeld episode was. Like, no, I don't throw up was what he said. And he was in a bakery talking about the black and white cookie, how they live together in peace and harmony. And then he's like, oh, no, it's been since the third grade. And all of a sudden, and he has to run out and. Right.
Because if it's been since the third grade, he's way overdue.
Way overdue. I'm afraid now that I'm overdue. I don't know when.
Well, let me know.
Now I'm nervous.
When it happens. I'm interested to know now. In fact, I have to know now.
Okay, well then I will dial you as the saliva fills my mouth and I know it's coming. Should. Okay, I will.
I don't necessarily need to hear it, but...
No, because if you bend over to clean a toilet and you vomit, you really don't need to hear it. It was a complete and total barfarama.
So this interesting thing happened this morning. Like, you know how there's like the nose Frida? You're probably not familiar with the nose Frida, but... Nowadays, when you want to get snot out of a small child, there's a tube with a little spongy filter on the end of it that connects with like a longer tube that goes into your mouth. And you stick the...
Right, and you suck it out.
Yeah, and you suck it out. Yeah. So this week...
Now I'm going to throw up.
Jesus, what is it with you two?
So listen, wait. So I normally wouldn't use something like this. In fact, when he was first born, I was like, it'll be a cold day in hell. But the truth is, it clears them out so much better than anything else would. And
so the bulb syringe?
Yeah, you just have to kind of like look away from the snot and pray that it gets all out. So this morning, because he was like, I'm not sick. Everything's fine. And so I was like, come on, just let me clear your nose just a little. The second I stick it up his nose, Nate goes, and he had to run out of the room. He was like, I can't watch it. It was so funny. Nate, but it makes Isaac gag too. Like the second I even stick it up his nose, he's going, Mom, don't do it. Don't do it. But I'm like, I have to do it because the reason you're gagging is because
you're full of
stuffy.
Snot.
Yeah.
Because he can't figure out how to blow his nose yet.
No, I mean, he can, but he'll go, that's the way he blows his nose.
That's so delicate and sweet.
It is, but it's not helpful.
But he's breathing out of his mouth, so clearly you need the bulb syringe. Right. I was always convinced the bulb syringe, you could only use it till the inside was full.
Oh, that's gross. Don't you squirt it back out?
Yeah, of course you do.
What are you talking about?
But before I had kids, I thought, ew, you put that in your kid's nose? So wait, that thing just fills up with boogers?
No. Yeah. Oh my God.
Then I had children.
That's ridiculous.
But still
you suck in, you put it back out on a tissue. Suck in, put it back out on a tissue. That's my imitation.
Did you get that, John?
That's my blue bulb imitation.
That is horrible.
It's very accurate.
Jessica, it comes to my attention that you have referenced me cleaning out eye boogies from my dogs on numerous times, but that is the episode that we lost.
Oh, God, really?
So you've referenced something.
No, I don't want you to say it again.
That our dear listener has never heard.
Hold on, we have to post this in our show notes. John just sent us the best picture of himself listening to us talk about snot, and the look on his face is amazing.
I just saw
it. I cannot wait to post that. That is hilarious.
So you've referenced it on many occasions, and I was with Mallory volunteering at the SPCA, where all we do is walk in, clip on the fun, friendly dogs, because she's only 13 and she can't take a drag with the pit bulls that much. I can, she can't. So we just walk them around the building 2 or 3 times. We teach them to sit, make eye contact, we try to give them manners and make them decent canines that somebody would want to adopt. Mm-hmm. So every time we take one out, it just occurred to me the other day, and I laughed out loud in a crowded room full of dogs. I clean out their eye boogies every time I take a dog out of their kennel because
You do?
nobody cares about them. I don't make them
Why
eat.
do you? First of
I
all,
don't make
I
them
have
eat
a
it
better question, which is why are you so fixated on eye boogers? Why can't they just have a little crusty eye? What do you care?
because I want them
Why
to
is it
get
a big deal?
adopted. I want them to look cute and get adopted and find a couch that they could spend the
You're
next 12
cleaning
years.
out now strange dog eye boogers.
Yes. So
That's what you're telling me.
that's what I laughed out loud about, and then I realized maybe I have a problem. Maybe I have a problem.
Wow.
Maybe I not wanting them to be uncomfortable and wanting them to look good and be appealing to other people. I might have a problem.
I think you do.
But I told you I did not make them eat it the way I make my dogs eat their boogers.
I mean, I'm
Do you
sure
make
they're. I
Isaac
think
eat
they're
his
grateful.
boogers?
No, but I'm going to start.
You should. You'll use fewer tissues.
Do you make
saving
your
the trees.
children eat their eye boogers?
My children are old enough. If they choose to eat their own boogers, that is their business.
Oh my god! So I do have a friend whose child, one of Isaac's best friends, she does eat her boogers. And the other day, this is good. You think John? You think you gagged that time? Wait till you hear this. This one made me gag. Okay. She did one of these. Like rather than blow her nose,
Go ahead.
she went and then slurped it into her mouth. I can't even say it without gagging.
So wait. Suck down snot down the back and then swallowed it?
No, the front.
So she had to taste it? She had to taste it.
She wants to eat it. Yes, she eats her snot. She doesn't just pick her nose and eat it. She will blow her nose and let it slide down.
Nobody's listening anymore. Just so you know, no one is listening to this. They've all checked out. I
one-
can't even.
The most disgusting thing I ever saw. And we were over there and I was like, ugh, okay, you have to stop. And then her mother took that as an opportunity. She was like, see, other people don't like it too. I was like, glad I could help. I gotta go.
The fact that was a teaching moment for her mother.
I was grateful to have given her the opportunity because she can't be doing that in public. Whoa. I mean, she can, and she probably does. I mean, and she's a delightful little girl, but
I don't believe that for a second.
She is. I love that little girl so much. She is really I love that whole family. But I mean, if she ever sucks her snotty nose into her mouth again in front of me, I don't know if I'm gonna. She better have a bucket nearby.
All right. So what I need you two to do right now.
Shut the fuck up.
No, I need you to do a disclaimer.
No, I have to post this on Instagram. And
I
We
have to
only
say-
have one listener, John. It's okay.
No. You have to say, listen, we're going to talk about boogies, and if you start to get nauseous, don't turn it off. Just
Skip ahead.
Skip ahead 2 minutes.
Or your best bet is just to listen to it at double speed.
No.
Booger.
Snot, snot, booger, snot, 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 booger, snot, 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 booger,
I'll tell you what, I usually have a pretty strong stomach, but
No, you don't.
I had to take my headphones off. I could
now?
not. Yes,
That's
I
what
could
the
not
picture
listen.
The last thing was so revolting. I didn't even know what to do with myself.
I don't think he heard the last thing.
No, I did not.
Oh, you'll hear it later.
When you're editing, you will hear it.
You want to talk about going through double
Sorry.
speed? I'll be
just
like,
have a bucket. Just have a bucket. Just have a
thank
bucket.
you. That's what I need. A bucket.
Have a bucket.
So when does it occur to people to be this disgusting? I mean,
Well, she's 4. She's 3. So 3.
so for me, it was I don't want to get up and get a tissue, and then my dog leaned
Sorry.
in. Then my dog leaned in and ate it, and I thought that's fucking genius. If they lick their own butts, why not have a salty
All right,
treat?
now we do have to change the subject. I'm starting to. I need a Coke. I'm sorry.
just
I need
to
a
settle
Coke.
your stomach.
I do,
Wait,
I
no
do.
soda. You said no soda.
I know, but you've driven me to it.
No.
She had it already. Now it's your fault.
You've driven me to it. You've driven me to it.
Okay, I'm going to change the topic.
To anything else.
Okay. So every time we've already talked about the fact that my family eats out more often than not. Mm-hmm. So
Yes.
while eating out, we've become connoisseurs of the French fry. The curly fry, the
I can
crinkle
totally
fry,
discuss this with you.
the
Okay.
steak fry, the Old Bay fries, seasoned fries, not seasoned fries, the haystack string fries. We have become quite the connoisseur. Now, I'm putting that to the side for a second. We have also discovered that in every pile of French fries is a rogue
Other type.
other kind of fry.
Yes.
Do you know that to be true
Yes.
as well?
Not in every.
I think on every
Kind.
plate of steak fries, I found a curly fry or a crinkle
Depends
fry.
on where you're eating.
Fair enough.
That doesn't happen at McDonald's because there's no other
right.
fries.
There's no variety there. And Melissa doesn't eat at McDonald's. But besides
but
that,
Arby's has two. And yes, you will always find a straight in the curlies and a curly in the straights.
are we talking about hair or fries?
We are talking about fries.
Okay.
That's gross.
So I want to know, I get monthly meds for both my dogs and for other members of my family. How come I don't ever get like a stray Xanax in Wilby's Trazodone? Or
Because that's illegal. And they would get in serious trouble if
I want you to know, I always look for a stray other color shaped pill in
that will never happen. They are very they like have like a have you ever seen Monsters Inc? When they count pills, it's like, we have a 2319. 2319. They like clear the area of any other kind of pill. They put the gloves on. They have an area. They have cases. And then they like use like a little separator and they 2, 4, 6, 8, 10.
Who
and then
do
somebody
we
else has to do it.
appreciate?
2, 4, 6, 8. It's a whole to-do counting pills. You will never have a rogue pill.
Oh, that makes me really sad because
Sorry, druggie. You'll never have another pill.
I've spent many years looking for a rogue pill.
Well, you can stop now because it's never going to happen.
Well, I could still hope. A girl could hope, right?
You can dream, but it will literally never happen.
Okay.
But that's
Way to crush my dreams. Okay,
That's
back
what I
to
do. It's what I do best.
back to your fries. What's your favorite?
Oh, okay. Fast food fries. My favorite is Wendy's because I like the mushy fries. And it's actually always best when you can marry someone that likes the crunchy ones. Then you have a perfect pairing because then you eat the mushy ones and they eat the crunchy ones.
Okay, so that's fast food. But in general, your favorite type of French fry?
Oh, crinkle.
Texture? For texture?
No, because it's mush on the inside and crispy on the outside.
What about those? What
I
about the
basically
ones?
want a French fry that is like a baked potato on the inside.
So what
I
about the
don't
ones that are smiley faces? Remember those?
No, I don't like those.
Really?
It's too much. Actually, those are very mashed potatoey on the inside.
They are.
So actually, I don't mind those. I don't like waffle fries though.
No,
They're
waffle
always
fries are
too
terrible.
crispy. But actually, the smileys are not so bad. You're right.
John, you weighing in?
Well, we were just having this conversation last night because we went to Chick-fil-A,
How topical. Ooh.
and I
Ugh.
do
They
not
have
like
fat
their.
fries.
I do
Waffle.
not like their waffle fries because
No,
I
they're
feel like
awful.
they're
Always
not
too
done
crunchy.
well enough.
Yeah.
See, now they're too potatoey for me. I like a nice crunchy fry.
It wouldn't matter because if they were done more, you wouldn't have any potato. It would be all crunch.
Yeah, I don't mind that.
Oh, you like
I
the
think I
crunchy.
prefer the crunch. Then it's just they're not
gross.
good. They're
Yeah.
just not good.
They're gross.
The best French fries I've ever had were from a racetrack that's out near the Pottstown, PA area, and they soak their potatoes all day in a big giant vat of salt water, and they take them and they wash them off, and then they put them right in the thing that makes them into fries, and they put them right into peanut oil.
I do like beach fries with malt vinegar.
That
might be
That's
my
like
favorite.
It's the same kind of thing. Yes, they're the
After that,
favorite.
crinkles and then steak fries.
What about Five Guys? We didn't bring them up last
Those
time.
are the beach fries. Yeah, that's my favorite. Yeah.
Five Guys is fast food that I would eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'm not a
Five
fan of
Guys.
fry-
They
I'm not
have
a
the
fan.
malt vinegar ones.
A Five Guys?
Yeah, I don't like Five Guys.
Those are the peanut oil ones.
I understand. I mean, the fries. I don't like the whole food. The whole
think
Five
you've seen
Guys.
the light here,
I think it's
John.
very, very overrated. To be quite honest with you,
I
Like
think
they're
we should
trying
do
to
our
be
next
something.
Podcast from the mall food court,
we could.
Which mall?
Exton Square,
Deptford?
Deptford. Do they
Mall?
have a Five Guys?
I don't think they do malls, do they? Are they in the mall?
Yeah, they're at the Exton Square Mall here. That's where I first had them.
Oh, okay.
And then they just put extra fries on top of it. That's my favorite fry, extra.
Well, we were talking about who gets the fries that are in the bottom of the bag when you get back from, the fast food place, and everybody gets their order out and they get their fries out. There's usually like 10 or 15 fries in the bottom of the bag. In my house, that's where everybody fist fights for the bag fries.
Swarm.
Yes.
We have a 2319.
Get
I
me that.
repeat.
You move that Viagra right now before the Trazodone comes up here.
We have a 2319. I repeat, a 2319.
Yeah, I'm bothered by that. You killed my dreams.
That's from Monsters Inc.
A movie I did not see.
Why? It's so funny. What? You've
You know
never
those
seen
trends
it?
when your kids are a certain age, they just grow out of something? That must have been
Yeah,
when they were growing
right
out
then.
of. Yeah,
Yeah.
when they started to put real people in my children's movies and not monsters.
Yeah.
My kids love the movie Babe. I must have
Really?
seen the
he won't
movie
watch
Babe.
It. I cannot get him to watch it.
Pig in the City?
over 100 times. And that's
Wow.
no lie. That is no lie. I've seen that movie so much that I could probably recite it.
And then they want it bacon, egg, and cheese. Mm-hmm. On ham bread. Ham bone.
Yeah. That's a good Hanukkah treat.
We had good. Oh, how was your Hanukkah, Jess?
So far, so good.
Yeah? Mm-hmm. Did you get anything? Or is it still like our house,
I got
a kid holiday?
a variety of small rings. And by small, I mean I can't wear them because they're not my size. But I told him my ring size. They're like CZ and like plated gold. They're nothing special. They're fashion rings. But I told him my ring size, but either my fingers are swollen or the rings are not the right size. Because I'm wearing the size I said I was, yet these don't fit. So
that was from your spouse? You got
yeah, that
pretty
was from my
rings?
spouse. Yeah,
That's
Yep.
nice.
A few pretty rings, like a little figure 8, and then like one that's like a double band. Just some stackable.
Figure 8 like infinity, like love you
Yeah.
forever? Okay.
Yeah, but they were just like stackable, fun, thin type rings, like just to put something on your finger.
Stuart yelled at me the other day. He said, "Why don't you wear a wedding band? We just want everybody out there to think you're single."
Ouch!
And he
That's
thought
harsh.
he thought he was justified and right. And I turned to him and I said, "Because I put on weight and my rings don't fit me. Thanks so much for rubbing it in." He's like, oops. Sorry.
I mean, it's cute that he thinks you'd want to cheat on him.
Yeah, right.
It's kind of adorable.
Cute that he thinks that. What?
It's cute that he thinks that because he obviously has concern that you would step out, which means he gives a shit, which is nice.
It's cute that he thinks anybody would be looking at me. Yeah, that's what's
That too.
cute.
That's also adorable.
That's the adorable part. That's the adorable part.
That's also adorably hilarious.
Silly man. Silly man.
Silly man. Silly.
You know I don't leave the house. Silly man.
You fool.
Exactly. Although I did leave the house to do a segment I like to call Outside Melissa's Box.
Ding. Okay,
Yeah.
so what did you do?
I got tired of being tired and seeing myself in a mirror when I walk by, and I went to a Kettlebells class.
What? What the what?
Yeah. It was one of the dumbest things I've ever done. I walk in, I call, they're like, free 2 weeks. Super. By the way, I'm at the end of my 2 weeks. I've gone once. So I went in and she said, "Oh, hi." The class was just starting. Dish, 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 goes the music. And she said, "Well, when's the last time you worked out?" And I just looked at her with the most blank look on my face, as if to say, "I think I just wet my pants." Nice drop. I said, "Is it wrong to say never? I mean, I'm already being judged because of what you're looking at in Lycra right now, but never." And she went, "Ha ha ha ha," and started the class. Yeah. I think she thought I was kidding. So I kept up and I did the class. I drank a lot of water. And I was seeing spots by the end of it. That day it was a circuit. So I did the circuit twice and I thought I was going to die. And she said, "All right, we're halfway finished." And I thought, damn it. I hate you. So I did it. I finished up the next 2 circuits, and then I went to sit on the windowsill to catch my breath and drink some more water. And she said, "All right, take out your mats. We're going to do some core work." And I thought, if I lay down, I'm going to go to sleep. I'm not getting up. Like, what are you talking about? Lay down. However, yeah. I did lay down, and I got in child's pose. For me, it's just fetal position, right. But she called it child's pose. And then before you know it, it's over. I go home. I'm kind of proud of myself because I kind of kept up. I think that I could do this. Everything was squats. Let me tell you that. With a kettlebell, without a kettlebell, with the ropes, you pull this big heavy rope and make it like a snake, but you have to sit back in a squat. Fine. The next morning, I was paralyzed.
Oh my God.
Like razor blades going down the front of my legs. I couldn't move. And I thought, I've been sore before from hiking up a mountain or from squatting down to like rub the dogs when I had to put stuff in their eyes or I had to treat whatever. I've been sore before from movements or activities or never like this. I felt going from my lady parts all the way down to my knees like somebody shredded those muscles. And I was
it
in
hurts.
agony. I couldn't move.
You were probably like the kid on Christmas Story with a snowsuit on.
Stuck, frozen, right. Just knock me over. Stiff, right. Just stiff and knock me over. And I was really scared because I know sore, and this was intense pain, like needles pain and sore. Like between my shoulder blades was sore because I did that thing where you hold on to these ropes against the wall and you lean back and you pull your weight up. That's totally fine. I loved the feeling of being sore. It means you did a good workout. Agony is not sore. So the next couple of days, 2 days were almost as bad. And then it went from 11 on the pain scale to 9 to 8 to 7. And I am normal, wild air quotes. I am normal, Melissa, now. But they're calling me. They're texting. I hope you're okay. Is everything all right? Are you coming back? We'd love to see you again.
Yeah.
So yeah, I'm closing in on the final day of my 2-week free membership, and I'm thinking of going back tomorrow.
You are?
I am thinking about it.
Why?
Because
What?
the same reason I went in the first place, but maybe now it won't hurt as bad, and maybe I won't be as hard on my body as I was. I want to make a difference in what I see and how I feel. I don't want to die. I mean, I thought I was going to die. I said,
But you didn't, though.
Stuart and the kids were making fun of me, and I said, you know what? I'm really glad you don't feel this way, but if you could or you did feel this way, you wouldn't be such a dick right now. And they're like, whoa, mommy called me a dick. So it shut them up briefly. But stepping outside my box was horrible. Made me want to close the door to my box.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a horrible idea.
That is scary.
That's also a good drop.
For sure. Yeah. I mean, I think you should go. I think you should go back. I do.
I don't know. I know I should do something. And
whatever happened to start slow, build into it?
That's logic. Stop,
why
John.
would you
it's
do
logic.
something that would make, again, go back, but just say, listen, I almost killed myself last time. You got to ease me into this thing.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. I told you to go get the mail, walk 2 houses. Jess said she's going to walk around the block. I should start. There's a pretty big hill right behind my house. The street behind my house is a pretty steep hill. If I just go up and down that a couple of times and come home with a dog, without a dog, it should be better than how I feel right now.
Yeah. I think that, my God, what if you got some strength in your arms? What would happen? And then it probably works your core, and it'll be good for you, right?
The hill or going back to kettlebells?
Kettlebells.
Yeah, I'm going to try
I'm still
another
thinking about
class.
kettlebells.
Yeah. I'm thinking about it, too.
I did CrossFit, and if it didn't make me
vomit,
yeah, then I would really like it. Because it actually feels like a huge accomplishment when you're done.
It does. It felt great.
It does. But during the running, there's certain things they asked me to do that did make me feel a little vomity. And I don't like that feeling, so I didn't want to go
I'm not a runner.
back.
You're right.
I'm not a runner.
I'm not a runner.
It makes me feel, if I run too long, I get like a stitch in my side, and then I feel like I have to hurly-gurly. So, but I like doing like the burpees, and I like doing like the ball throws and the squatty squats and the rowing. I like all that. That stuff's cool, but I don't like the running. And they just, I don't know if it's the warm up. They're warming up and I'm ready to be done.
Right. Mallory said for her CrossFit, you start by running a mile. I'm like, dude, if I could fucking run a mile, I wouldn't be going to CrossFit. You're out of your mind. No, they need to stay in shape, in touch, in everything.
Okay. So the real reason I'm grouchy is because my mom and my daughter contacted my psychic to say hi to me. And I made an appointment to talk to her this morning. And then Scott was sitting next to me in bed when I was making the appointment, was asking his dad a few things. And then I invited him in to say like hi to his dad, see how he was doing. And he spent 40 minutes talking to his dad about his finances, which is exactly what you want to talk to someone from beyond the grave about, right? Is your accounting. And so I only had 20 minutes to talk. And it was like 12:39 until I was talking to you guys. So now I have to reschedule with her. Meanwhile, she just had her uterus removed, my psychic. She's like, she's doing it she's not taking any calls. She scheduled this time off. My mother contacted her. I didn't ask her for the call. So, yeah, I was annoyed. I'm annoyed because I feel like I wasted her time. I definitely wasted my time. I hope Scott feels better because I want to punch him a little bit.
Does he feel better about his finances?
It's not really, it was really more about like, well, Scott has a lot of stress surrounding money. So it was a lot of like, well, should I be paying attention to this? And is this my responsibility? Because he feels guilt. There's a lot of guilt around the situation that he's in. So he was kind of talking to his dad about what's all right.
But does he feel better now? Is he relieved?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Yeah, he feels better.
Melissa,
and so
do you
that's
have a
why I
psychic?
let it go.
I do not have a psychic. John, do you have a psychic?
No, I don't have a psychic.
No.
I was just wondering that it was just funny that all of a sudden
I didn't always have a psychic either. And again, I would like to reemphasize, I did not ask, even in the first place, for her to be my psychic. She was my client, and I was helping her with her podcast. And we had a 2.5 hour one-to-one session about marketing and promoting her podcast. And then at the end, she said, that was really helpful. We made another time to follow up. And then she was like, well, did you want to talk to your mom? Because she's been sitting here very patiently. And I was like,
Yeah, I don't know what to say to that.
okay. I guess so. Sure, I'll talk to my mom.
Can I ask just a silly, stupid question? How much does it cost to talk to your mom and
Well,
Scott's dad
for
and
me,
Emily today?
I mean, nothing. Because they asked to speak to me. But I think to schedule with her, if you're a client, it's like $125 an hour?
Okay.
Half hour?
All right, so today it didn't cost you a dime.
No, because they came to her yesterday on a walk or something.
Okay, all right.
And I'm sure it's because I posted a picture of them side by side because I know
that was cute.
Yeah. But but if they get in her head, the way that she connects is like you can like once they're in my head, if she's talking to me on the phone, she can pick that up, my thoughts and who I'm looking for, and then she can find them. But it's like she can't normally just pick someone from beyond out of thin air and have a convo. She has to get their connection through me. She has to feel the connection they have through me. But so I guess that photo triggered them. And then she's spoken with them both before many times. So she can, and plus she says my mom's very easy to talk to. And my mom was very into psychics and ESP when she was alive. And like, she really liked like really all the fake ones, like Sylvia Brown, John Edwards. And like, she was always like, if I ever die, go see John Edwards. I'll talk to you. I swear. And I was like, okay, Mom, great. But talking to Kate is like talking to them. And there's no reason it should be. Do you know what I'm saying? This is a girl in Canada that I've never spent any time with in person. There's no reason why she would say things that these people used to say to me word for word. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know how to feel about this. I don't in my heart of hearts, I don't believe that people come back to talk to somebody
They don't
else.
come back. They're just not here.
Well,
Communicate.
I
That they don't communicate from another plane.
Right.
Yeah,
I
I
don't
think
believe
they
that they
do.
do that. But okay.
They just don't to me because I'm obtuse. And I know that. I know I'm pretty thick. I can't see that stuff. I don't know
But you're
where to
the only
look.
one of the three of us who feels who got this contact. So they did come back to talk to you. John and I would actually need to experience it ourselves to believe for a hot second that this is
probably.
real.
Yeah,
I'm too much of a skeptic.
I mean,
me?
you could. Yeah, you probably could.
Me?
Right.
Or actually, like the time that Emily talked to her girlfriend Sarah, I was on the phone because Kate was afraid to disappoint her. And so she thought if I was there, she could pick up the connection she had with me so that she could reach her properly. Because it was right after she died.
Through the phone lines.
John, is there anybody you want to talk to from the great beyond?
You know, honestly, my mother passed away this summer, and it's going to be the first Christmas going through.
This summer?
Yeah, my mom passed
Yeah, like
away
a couple months ago.
June 6th.
Oh my God. I'm so sorry. Wow, I did not know that.
Yeah, it sucked.
And we went through this. I wouldn't mind speaking to Mom, be quite honest with you. Or Dad.
Yeah.
Yeah, I wouldn't mind. I mean, I don't know if they're, would connect with your psychic.
I mean, she can connect with anybody as long as she's talking to you.
I don't know if they have her number, but
Right. I don't know if
She can connect with anybody as long as she's talking to the person who has a connection with them.
My mom always used to have an unlisted number. I don't know if she would continue that in the great beyond, but
I mean, I know it sounds fruity, and I'm not going to sit here and say it's 100% real, but I'm also a person that wouldn't exactly say that God is 100% real, or that Jesus is 100% real, or that any of it's 100% real. I like to leave things open to interpretation. She says she connects with him. She has told me how she's done it. I logically understand everything she has said to me. She has said things to me, or they have talked to me through them and said things that she would not have a reason to know, nor did she question. So, for example, like, my mom would say something like, remember when we used to get our nails done on Tuesday? I always have my nails done every Tuesday. Why would she know that? Why would Kate know that? I've never posted that. I've never said anything about it. I didn't remember it was Tuesday.
Okay. I mean, if you're getting something out of it, I'm all for it. I mean, if you believe it, and what do I know? I'm a
what do you know,
podcaster.
John?
What do
you
know?
Nothing.
No, but I mean, so it's just, I'm just open to possibility, and it doesn't hurt me, and it's interesting, and sometimes it helps me feel at least a little less lonely without them. So that's
I was
good.
a little suspect when, she said, oh, she talked to me, and I'm thinking of maybe she needed some Christmas money, and all of a sudden Emily and your mom talked to her.
No.
Okay. Well, there you go.
I said, my mother studied a lot about how to communicate from the beyond. So like, it doesn't surprise me that my mom is very easy to talk to, because what she's described to me in the past is that she has to raise herself to a certain plane, and it's exhausting for humans to be able to do that. My mother can lower her energy to talk to Kate in a way other spirits can't, because she is familiar with how it works and was before she died. Yeah, I mean, it's weird, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
I know it's weird. Feel free to judge me. Tell me I don't care.
I there's no judgment here.
Christians always say it's like the devil.
No, I'm interested in it. I don't know if I would believe it, but I mean, if that's true, I mean, my father's probably saying, something, I'm trying to talk to this kid for years now, and he won't pick up the phone.
They don't always, I mean, if you were to speak to her one time and connect with her, then it's possible that when you were feeling something, she would understand and reach out to your dad. You know what I mean? Like, we've done this more than once. So,
okay.
We talked about this on our car trip.
We did. Yes, that's right, Melissa. We did. So here's what happened yesterday, which you guys will find interesting. Besides the fact that they reached out to her, your mom wants to send her love. Your daughter sends her love. And there's another woman. Did your grandmother recently passed away? I said, unfortunately, no.
That bitch is still kicking.
I said, but she does talk about her death literally every chance she gets. She was like, no. She goes, okay, wait. It's another woman with them that I don't know, but I know she's new. And
it is my mom.
And she goes, she's kissing and hugging all over Emily. And I was like, oh, it's Emily's grandmother. Emily's grandmother just died.
Oh, that's right.
Gail just died. But again, she didn't know that. She didn't.
She could, because it was in you.
I mean,
talked about on Facebook.
She said I did see there was another death in your family, but she didn't know who it was. Obviously,
sure she did. You talked all about it on on Facebook.
No, I just put. Oh yeah, I did. Yeah, I did. I posted once.
Okay.
Yeah, I did. You're right.
Why, Melissa? Should I shut up now?
No, I mean, you're hitting logic with faith and emotions and feelings. Don't be throwing that face punch to reason into that.
You're right. She's probably saw the post and said it's somebody. But listen, I said no, it's not her grandmother. I have two grandmothers that are. I have other grandmothers that have gone. Scott has grandmothers that are gone. The second she said she's kissing and hugging all over Emily, I knew who it was.
Because she's her heart.
Yeah.
Emily's my heart.
But John, I'm saying it could have been anybody. I asked what color hair. I was like, who is it? She was like, I think she's Southern. I was like, well, that's no Jew.
It's the skeptic in me. I'm sorry.
I understand. You're allowed to be skeptical. I'm skeptical. There are times when I'm like, how would she have known that? How did I post about that? I'm not sure I did. But like I said, there's also
Jessica,
times when,
if it makes you feel good and it makes you feel in contact with your loved ones, so don't make excuses. Just because I have no faith in anything you're experiencing doesn't mean you don't get a solid, warm, wonderful experience out of it.
Here's the thing, Melissa. Other people have visits in their sleep and songs that come on out of nowhere.
Yeah.
Yeah, I never have that shit. Never. I never have it. I may have been guided once or twice right after my mother died to do something, and I may have been guided once or twice after Emily. Just as an example, the day they die, I'm compelled to go get her guitar, like my mother's guitar out of the basement so my stepmother doesn't get it. But like 6 a.m, awoken from a dead sleep kind of thing. Or like when Emily died, we were looking for music to play and like I couldn't find it. And then like, I don't know why, but I was compelled to just start opening her drawers. First drawer I open is a list of songs I'd like to play when I'm dead at my funeral. That's odd.
That's unbelievable.
But since then, zilcho, nada, nothing. Emily visited me. I probably had one visit in my sleep. That's it. The other dreams I have about Emily are nightmares. So I know it's not, you know what I mean? They don't do that. For what they say is that if you have a visit from someone from the beyond, they're not nightmares. They're just sitting there hanging out. So like, I don't know if I'm not open to it or capable of it or don't believe it or what. But everyone else on the planet knows they're being watched, knows when they're being guided. I don't feel shit. I'm alone.
Yeah, I don't think everyone else feels all that stuff. I think everybody goes about their day-to-day business, and some people need to think that if they see a butterfly, oh, that's grandma. She always was loved butterflies, or she always came to me.
Oh, yes. That's a perfect example. My sister says that my mother sends her ladybugs all the time. She said when she was dying, you'll know it's me. I'll send you a ladybug. I've literally never seen a ladybug in this house. She was visiting. She found 3 here in my house. Have not seen one since. Never saw one before.
Well, I guess she chose her favorite daughter now, didn't she?
That's not the point. I'm just saying, I don't get those things. I don't have signs ever. One time, maybe I got a parking spot on Christmas in the last 15 years. I mean, that sounds ridiculous, but my mom had a weird way of always getting the best parking spots, even on like the crowdest, most busiest days of the year. It could be the New Kids on the Block concert. My mother could get a parking spot up front. I don't know how. We always used to say she had a horseshoe up her ass. And so now every time it seems like the impossible is happening, my mother once in a while will leave a spot for me. That's it. That's all I get. I don't have any other ladybugs or jujus or nothing. I don't get nothing.
On the scale of things, I would much rather get a good parking spot than a fucking ladybug.
I'm not going to lie. It's a blessing. I love it.
Maybe she knows what you needed most, and it wasn't a freaking bug that's delightful until it spreads its wings and then you bat it down.
I could either be too self-involved. I could be too... I don't think people with ADHD are good receptors for that because we're very distractible. I'm not the kind of person that can also sit and meditate. Therefore, I'm probably mentally never sitting still long enough for something to come in. So I'm fine with that. If other people can have those situations, I'm not going to be one of those people. Great. But if it's on my behalf, I will take it because otherwise it's lonely.
I think you should start meditating.
It's hard. Have you ever tried?
I have.
Can you do it?
Clear your mind. Fuck you. That's how it goes inside my head. Fuck you.
The second someone tells me to clear my mind, I start thinking about what that person looks like if they'd have chose a different outfit that day. Or like I start thinking about what they ate for breakfast or when they last pooped or what their favorite color is. Like it doesn't, clear your mind does not exist.
Right.
Have you ever tried to be hypnotized?
I don't know. Maybe. Like by a shrink?
Yes, I tried it one time for weight loss.
No, but I do listen to meditations like that while I'm falling asleep or as I'm sleeping or saying things to me like, it's not like subliminal messaging like you are very confident, but it's like stories that somehow have, it's like neuralistic linguistic programming, which is not hypnotism, but if you're asleep could be. Well, did it work? Obviously, it worked well.
The whole time I was sitting there, and she's trying to hypnotize me, and the whole time I'm like, still not hypnotized. Still not hypnotized.
Yeah,
still
I'm
not
the
hypnotized.
same way. I'm the same way.
And then when I got done, she said, yeah, you see, you were hypnotized, but you probably didn't think you were. And I'm
oh, okay.
Yeah, okay, got you there. But I have a thing on my phone where...
As Emily would say, was I?
Yeah, exactly. So I have a thing on my phone that I sometimes listen to at night. It's supposed to be hypnotism for weight loss. It's like it has a thing and it goes. And I'll tell you one thing. When I listen to that, it puts me in the deepest sleep I've ever been into, but I haven't lost an ounce. But it does knock me out.
I would settle for deep sleep.
Mm-hmm. It's amazing.
I'll take that.
You know, I was thinking this morning about how I could institute one day holiday like Martin Luther King Jr., only it would be like Women's Independent Vacation Day, where every woman gets a day to do whatever the fuck they want by themselves.
I'm in.
No friend required. Like, not a girls' night, not a friend vacation, not a friendsgiving.
Night
one
pants.
day. Yeah.
Night pants required.
Fat pants or spa or go to the movies by yourself or be in a hotel room and eat a giant bowl of ice cream for dinner. Just do whatever the fuck you want. One day, one holiday, 365 days a year. Why can't we have one? Can we have one? One day. And I thought, well, if everybody's going to stop sexually assaulting us, maybe.
I'll take that day.
No.
Day be the
I don't
day.
mean that day. I just mean, like, you know, if we get enough power, maybe we can figure out how to have our own fucking holiday. That would be amazing. What would the men do, though? That's the question. And then how old do you have to be as a woman to take your holiday by yourself? Because obviously if you're 12, you can't be unsupervised. And I don't want to supervise you because I'm on holiday.
Well, that's a very good point.
Although these are points for another day. I guess.
The Mallory said, you told me I could have a mental health day. I want it to be today. But she says that like every day. Yeah. So I can't take her seriously.
No. She's crying wolf. She's the girl who cried mental health.
That's it.
Yep.
The girl who cried mental health.
Mental health.
Good Lord.
So, yeah, I mean, you guys are very, very quiet, which means you're trying to be respectful, but that doesn't make good comedy.
I don't know that anything about this is funny. I think this is, yeah.
I guess not.
I was going to answer about what would men do. And the thing I thought about it at first is like,
oh, what would men do? The holiday, you mean?
Yeah, the men would go either golfing or fishing.
No, I don't think she means that. While we're having our day, you're just going to let the rest of the
hold
world
down the fort, genius.
afford to fall to fucking pieces.
What's the hold down?
Oh my God!
I mean, for you, not that much, but
right.
Like, okay, but if you're Scott, there's a few things to hold down.
Yeah, he's got to put a few years in until iDog can.
Yeah.
Until he can, be self-sufficient. But for right now,
he'd have to hold the fort down. What my sister-in-law has a stepdaughter. Like, what would she do? She would be by herself. She'd have to come over and be with Scott so that the rest of us can take our vacation.
I think you should take it. Why don't you take it? We take ours.
I don't know.
We do. Men take days.
We're too busy being sexually harassed.
Oh, stop it with the sexually harassed. That's
please.
called marriage.
I wish someone switched sexually. No, I'm just kidding. That's a joke. Sorry, guys. That's a joke. I don't.
We know that because you have. No, because we know that you have been. So we know, of course.
It wasn't fun. It sucked. It's annoying.
Where was it? Oh, I know what it was. It was on Will and Grace one time. What's the woman that worked for
Karen?
Grace, Karen. She said, one woman's sexual harassment is another woman's night off, or something like that.
That's because she's
right. She had Stan.
Yeah, right.
Stan was sexually harassing his assistant, and she says, "I don't know what she's crying about. One woman's sexual harassment is another wife's night off."
Love it. She's great.
That's such a funny show. It really is.
Yeah, sporadically. I don't know. I'm sick of this season already. Bring my shows back. Everything's off until mid-January.
Oh, phooey, hack, tooey, pooey.
Yeah, I can't stand the way they break up the TV now. I can't stand it.
Mid-season finale.
I know, that is annoying.
No, don't do that. Don't do that. Come back.
No.
See you in March. We're going to put these shitty shows up that nobody wanted to watch.
I totally agree. It's very annoying. Very, very annoying.
We can review those in the new year.
Let's do, shall we?
Let's do, shall we?
Well, we're going to have like a list of stuff to watch so that we...
Well, I watch everything, so whatever you see, let me know.
What's your favorite show? What do you watch right now?
Right now, I am on Hulu because there is nothing on TV.
Tale.
I'm watching older last season's episodes of Blind Spot because I watched the first season. I liked it, and life got in the way, and then we missed. I think it only tapes if you don't program it to do more 5 episodes, and then it drops them as they record new ones. So I missed like 5. So I just dropped the whole thing. So it was on Hulu and started up on there.
Is that the one with the tattooed chick?
Yes.
Yeah, see, I was into that until this season, and for some reason, I don't know. It's like they keep trying to reinvent the wheel. I think it's over.
Sometimes with a show, you're just done. Like the show, You're the Worst.
Oh, I loved that show for a good 2 seasons.
Yep. But this time, can't get back into it.
I can't get back into it either.
I'm just done.
That too is on Hulu. I thought I could try to pick it up and just binge it because I stopped caring.
Can't do it. I stopped caring too.
Yeah, when they separated and she had mental illness. And I'm like, okay, I'm in. What's going on? And
it was fun when Lindsay was a slut, but now the fun has worn off.
That was a good show, though. I liked it.
Yeah, great show.
Now, Stuart and I have a show we watch together every once in a while. And right now we're watching The Punisher.
We watch Star Trek Discovery together.
See, I don't like that because you got to go buy it.
Oh, not if you have Apple TV.
We have Apple TV, really?
Because then you can just go on the CBS app.
But I thought you had to pay for it to be on the CBS app.
I don't think so. I'll ask.
But isn't that the one that they make you pay for, the Discovery?
Yeah, that's what I thought so.
Yeah,
yes.
but I thought if you had Apple TV, you don't have to pay for it.
See, now I like the Seth. I like the Seth MacFarlane space story, the Orville. I love that one.
Jess watches that too.
I thought that was really
Which
good.
one?
Yeah, Jess got me hooked on
The Orville.
Yes.
I
love the Orville. Do you like it?
Jess got me hooked on Lucifer.
What did you think of the first episode?
I think it's hilarious.
Lucifer. It's hilarious, right?
Hilarious,
with the eyebrows. So funny. Yeah, Lucifer is that still on?
Yes.
Yeah, I got you hooked on Lucifer, and then I stopped watching it.
Yeah, she got hooked. She hooked me on it, then she stopped watching, and I'm still hooked to it. I really thought that the Orville was very well done.
It is hilarious.
Yes.
I love the Orville.
I'm only 1 episode in, and I liked it.
You know, someone told me that they named it after the failed flight test that Orville, not Redenbacher.
Right.
Orville Wright did, yeah.
Not the popcorn guy, the airplane guy.
Redenbacher, what is wrong with me?
You know, first in flight.
I feel like I brought the show, down.
No, I don't think
a screeching halt.
It has, a weird vibe now.
Dun, 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 dun.
I think I made this episode too deathy.
No, it's not deathy. It's something you believe in. It went from let's clean up our boogers to I'm pissed because I had an opportunity to talk to 2 of my deceased relatives and I felt cheated.
I feel like maybe that was a mistake to talk about that.
Well, then next time we will do a little less of the
because
deceased.
What happened was it was as if I was a lounge singer and I'm going to bring it down for a minute. Bringing it down. And I did. I brought it down.
Do you want me to bring it back up for a minute?
Bring it up, please, by all means.
I'm going to do 60 seconds at the counter and then we could end the show.
Okay.
So when my kids were little, I told you this? Maybe outside of here, I would put them at the island where I would sing and dance for them and feed them and draw with them. And the island was like the center of our lives when they were stationary. Otherwise, they were just all over the place. And I would let them curse for 60 seconds.
How old?
Since they could speak. I let them sit there, and for 60 seconds, I wanted to hear the words they heard at daycare or at school or wherever. So for 60 seconds at that granite island, I got to hear boo boo baby bop when they were super little. Mm-hmm. Bop, stinker bop, poop, poop bop, bop, poop. I'm like, what is bop? What do they keep saying that? Well, I've done it since, I don't know, maybe from 5 to now 14. And we were having our talenti for dessert the other night. And I said, okay, guys, I'm not going to make it 60 because I think I would die. But how about 30 seconds at the counter? And both of their faces lit up.
Oh.
And they're like totally winding up in their heads all the things they want to say. Yeah, but it's not as bad as you think. I heard a motherfucker in there. I heard but nothing was so bad that I had to, I don't know, hold my ears and run screaming.
Nothing snapped your head back?
Nothing snapped my head. And Mallory still threw out a baby bop. She still every once in a while. I did tape it. I don't know how well it sounds, but I did an audio tape of 60 seconds at the counter and I don't know even how to find it on my
your voice memos
phone because I got a new phone.
Well, first of all, you're an evil genius. That's amazing to sit there and be able to coax them into divulging information that they normally wouldn't have divulged.
Yeah.
That's amazing.
Well, I just think that they would not want to, I want to know what they know is my theory. I want to know what you've heard that you want to experiment with, at least verbally, because you're little and I want to hear everything. I don't know. Have they ever said douchebag, pussy? I want to hear I want to know if you know this. Is this in your day-to-day, not in front of mommy vernacular?
See, my kids don't need a granite counter because my son called my daughter the C word the other day.
No way.
No.
Yes, because she ate the last cookie, and he dropped the C
Over a
word.
cookie?
Yeah, and he dropped the C word, and I had to explain to him that.
That's, highly inappropriate.
Yeah, we don't say that to women. We only say that about women to each other. So
No, women say it about other women to each other. Men still don't say it.
See, it's never said in mixed company.
No, it should not be for sure.
See, I didn't know you guys used it against each other.
I prefer twat. And I'll say, and I know that's a drop you already have.
Be a drop.
It already
I
is.
prefer twat.
I have said it many times. Say it
Right.
again, John.
I prefer twat.
I prefer twat.
What's that other noise coming in?
Here, ready? Wait,
Well, it must be Melissa.
I'm going to play it for you.
Okay.
Oh.
20 seconds at the counter begins now. Go.
Motherfucking bastard! You little cunt slut!
Whoa.
Yell. You could just
Why
talk.
did you stop?
Stop yelling. Just talk.
Well, they only
like a
have 20
human.
seconds.
Fuck this shit! Like, this is goddamn awful. And I can't remember the answers for it so quickly. Cunt! Slut!
Whoa.
Fuck you, bastard!
Boy, she's really trying to make the most of that one, isn't she? Wow.
Scum. Ethan's big contribution was scum.
Yeah.
Okay, what I need
Thank
you to
you.
do, I need you to take that and I need you to message me that so I can drop that in there so the audio quality is much better.
Yes, agree.
But, so she dropped the C word 4 times.
She did. I'm proud.
Yeah.
So she
Atta girl.
understands that that's probably the worst thing you could say, and she saw her opportunity. This is the child who, when they
Women
were...
are just evil, though.
See, I tried to soften the word by making it an acronym.
See you next Tuesday?
No, can't understand normal thinking. That's what I do. Because see you next Tuesday doesn't work because C is SEE, U is, is YOU.
It's the letters C and U.
I understand
And then
that.
next Tuesday. It does work.
My friend Michelle and I meet every Tuesday for breakfast, and we go in the parking lot, and when we're leaving, we say, see you next Tuesday. Except
Well,
for
that
today.
that makes sense. But I can't understand normal thinking because you can actually say that to a woman, like in front of them in a line somewhere. If you're
Only
having
you
trouble,
get it. Only you get it.
Well, even if they get it, they can't say anything because you haven't called them the word. This happened to me. I guess it was about a month or so ago. I was in Home Depot and I was trying to get something, and there was a big rigmarole about something, and she was getting a little testy with me, and I just said, I think it's because you can't understand normal thinking. And she just dropped her head down, and then she looked up at me, and we locked eyes, and she just shook her head and kept on doing what she was doing. So
I don't think she got it.
Oh, she got it. Trust me. The look, if looks could have killed, she would have just vaporized me right there.
Yeah, I hear you. I mean, there was something I was going to tell you guys now. I just completely left my mind right as I was about to say it. Oh, it was about the cursing thing. Yeah, this morning when Laura got here to help me with Isaac, the second I walked out of the room, he says to her, I didn't say fuck, and I'm not saying goddamn.
Well, because he knows her as the one who laughs and encourages her.
Well, still, he ratted himself
buddy.
out.
Yeah, I didn't say they're smart, our children. My kids stole leftover candy from the B'nai Mitzvah. There's this big box of York peppermint patties in the basement, and there are 700 wrappers down there. If you're going to
Oh my
fucking steal
God.
candy, be fucking smart enough to throw that
Oh
trash
my
away. What is
God,
the
that
matter with
many?
you? Dumb.
Oh my God.
Be a good criminal. Dumb. Wow. Mallory's MO was, I saw an opportunity and I took it. When they were 4 and 5, she lit a match. And I walked in and I just smelled that sulfur smell. And I looked at her and she was, and I'm afraid because if they're playing with matches and we have this house and we have 3 dogs and I thought they were in the shower, but she obviously, Stuart leaves matches behind the toilet and she found them, lit a match, and I freaked out. It's very scary. And she said, Mom, I saw an opportunity and I took it. She's 4.
Wow.
Sitting at the island. Cunt came out 4 times. She sees an opportunity. She has taken it.
Interesting.
And she's my daughter. Hello, Apple. I am the tree.
Wow.
Get back
See,
here.
my kids don't even care anymore. They just use language like they say stuff, and I'm like, you realize I'm still in the room?
Oh, really?
Yeah, they just, and it's amazing. And I say, and I know this is really, what is it when you say something and you say don't say something? What is that? Not contradictory.
Rhetorical.
Yeah, I know this is rhetorical, but for me to say that, like I'm in the room, I just think you don't say that. In other words, when I was growing up, if you said something like that when in front of your parents, you had to run and duck. But kids today, it's like
They
no
think it's
big
hilarious.
deal. Yeah, they kind of want to see if the reaction. There's no fear.
No.
Does
Why
that mean
should
we
they
did
be?
something wrong?
Or right?
Well, I don't know. I mean, at Melissa's house, they wait until they're told they're allowed to.
Yes. Well, I'm sure they do it when I'm not there. They don't do it as much in front of me. But Mallory's teacher told her the other day, that's the second time you said shit in the classroom. And she didn't even realize it. And she held her face and said, oh, my God, I'm so sorry.
Whoa.
And she thought it was hilarious. Her teacher's like, her teacher does it in the classroom too, by the way.
Oh.
But it is not okay for my kid to do it outside of the house. It's code switching. Know where you are. Know what's going on. Bad dog.
Whoa.
That's what I used to say to my children when they first were when they would do that. I would say, see, I'm not sure if you're smart enough to know how to use that language because you're using it in front of me. Like when I was your age, of course we spoke like that, but it was around each other. Right. And we knew that when as an adult was in the room, you couldn't use that kind of language. Mm-hmm. I'm not sure you're smart enough.
Beatings.
Who's not smart enough?
The kids.
The kids to know when not to use it. I think once it becomes part of your regular vernacular, it's just in there.
Exactly.
Fascinating.
Kids are
like dumb. I would wonder if I would be able to do a straight podcast one time, like a radio, without any kind of like an FCC.
No explicit warning.
Right. I don't know if that could happen.
Well, this one does not qualify.
Of course. None of them do.
Because of Mallory.
And iBoogies. I think iBoogies is
not
an
explicit. No.
Gross,
Puppies.
gross.
All right, ladies. I think we got to wrap this one up. We need an outro.
Wrap it up, slip it,
Okay.
rub it down. Oh,
no. Thank you guys so much for listening to Brilliant Observations. If you want to hang out with us a little bit more, you can go to twitter.com/listenbrilliant, facebook.com/listenbrilliant, and Instagram/listenbrilliant. Also, you can email us at brilliantobservations@gmail.com, and then also check out our show notes on brilliantobservations.com. Thank you guys so much for being here. Sorry if I gave you the big old bummeroo. I was Debbie Downer today. Sorry.
Nah, we did great.
Thank you, Melissa.
Pleasure was mine.
And I'll see you guys next time. Bye, John. Thank
Bye.
you, John. John.
Bye.